Well, good morning. I didn't pass on the 1.02 lay the day before of Dortmund. Wish I did, but I did pass on the 1.11 lay of Liverpool. And not only that, he followed it up with another shout. All right, so let's see how that little bit of advice paid off. Let's work our way down. Check the timing of the last goal. And call me Mystic Meg if you want. Come to one of my psychic shows. 92nd minute winner. Bang. I also told members to lay Liverpool 2-0 up because Atletico Madrid's expected goals, not expected goals, but corners, 4 corners. I thought they would be trying to harvest corners and flood that box. With that, we got a 2-2, cashed out of that for a nice £58 profit, laying at 1.11. I didn't lay the draw late on. I wish I had done. I should have done. Take a bit of this profit and lay that draw and just get a bit more out of the market. Havelse and Ingolstadt. I didn't manage to get on or pass this on to members. It was a 2-2 at half time and Havelse were red carded. That is a great opportunity to lay the draw because they've already scored 2 goals, both of these sides in the first half. Ingolstadt went on and won. So do remember that in the future if you can find these opportunities in whatever market. There was a red card. That's Ingolstadt 2. Let's see if we can find Ingolstadt 1. Well, we can't. But watch out for those kind of matches. I think they must be up here. No. Yes, there they are. German Dry League. I sometimes pop down here if it's liquid enough. That is the catalyst at 2-2 to lay the draw. You'd have got about 4s. And it was a little bit too high for me, but really, it's a great trading technique because if the 11 players score the next goal to make it 2-3, you're going to get the draw odds up to 10s or higher because of the red card as well. So do watch out for red cards. The reason I had this alerted is an odds-on favourite away from home as well. So do note that. So that would have been a profit. Fenerbahce, Alanyaspor, nice and easy. Alanyaspor score first. Fenerbahce get back nice and quick. So values in the eye of the beholder. I thought it was excellent value at 2.26. Hopefully members would have got a little bit higher for Fenerbahce. All done and dusted by the 70th minute. Excellent. Olympiacos and Paphos. Well, I decided to up my stakes because I've been on a good winning run. And in this particular match against 10 men, Paphos, I did warn you pre-match that they're going to be a tough nut to crack. I had a break even on 0-0, break even on 1-0. I was expecting Olympiacos to suddenly start shining and get us a 2-0 at least, or a 3-0, or any other home score. It's a big liability, but you can see it's all revolving around the number 40. This is 6 times 4. So it's 6 times my usual stake, 240. So frustrating evening, and watching the likes of old Zaza up front for Paphos, who looked a bit handy. I did have my heart in my mouth on a couple of occasions. This for me in the future I won't be doing at this kind of stake. Best option is to lay the draw at 1.09 and 1.06 as I told members. Real Madrid and Marseille, I think that was the day before, wasn't it? There was no AFC Champions League yesterday. Looking on to today, and I will start with the AFC Champions League. Probably going to be interested in a couple of these odds-on favourites. And talking about an Australian team, have you seen Antoine Griezmann's mullet? It is quite a sight to behold. Has he become an Australian citizen? We don't know. It is probably one of the finest mullets in European football at this moment. Champions League 2, I will be following in-play stats, but the main technique with the Champions League 2, you saw it yesterday with, I think, Al Ali, odds-on favourite. There was another Champions League match, I think, yesterday. Al Nazir. Normally, what this lot do, or should be doing, is go 0-2 down, like the previous team who were 1.1. Go 0-2 down and then win 4-2 or 5-2. But far too good Al Nazir yesterday. But this is your technique. Odds-on favourites at home from Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates or Qatar, where the money bags are. They tend to win, even after conceding the first goal. You can see the market's getting it right pretty much, and that's a good sign. If there's enough liquidity, it's playable. So watch out today. I will be watching out today anyway. MacArthur and Beijing Guan. Father, have a cup of tea for you Father Ted fans. 1.65 home favourites against a Vietnamese side. We just don't know how they'll set up, but the market's giving clues. Premier League 2, over 2.5 goals. Champions League phase. We're seeing very competitive matches this early on in this brand new league phase. I'm enjoying it, I must say. Normally we have to wait till February or March to see a Liverpool Atletico Madrid type of a match. We've got some crackers this evening. First one to start off with is too tough to call, but Club Brugge have exceeded expectation, as did Union Saint-Gilloise. Absolutely chock full of goals. So watch out for the goal threat from Club Brugge, although Monaco, I would suggest, were slightly better than Rangers. Copenhagen, I think, are the weaker link against Bayer Leverkusen. Under new management, Bayer Leverkusen, 3-1 win at the weekend. The usual rules apply for Bayer in the Bundesliga so far. Goals before half-time, both teams to score. Is that going to come through to the Champions League? I think Copenhagen could be vulnerable, but they have been resting players. El Nesri is a key cog in the machine. They've been resting him in the first half in Danish Super League matches and paying the price, conceding first or losing or drawing when they should be winning. Eintracht Frankfurt against Galatasaray, one of the last remaining Turks in the Champions League phase, with Fenerbahce sacking the special one because they didn't get through, and Besiktas sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because they didn't get through either. Galatasaray are the last remaining hope in Turkey. Victor Osimhen is not playing. That is a key absentee this evening for Gala. They would need a star like him up front. So it's going to be slightly blunted. But I don't know the strengths or weaknesses of Frankfurt myself. They're not your usual Champions League side, are they? So an unknown quantity there. Man City against Napoli. This is going to be attack v defence. Fabulous match in prospect. My knee-jerk reaction, 1.65 is a little bit too short for Manchester City, but they have been brilliant in attack. And Erling Haaland, they got him ticking again, which is a real big worry for Antonio Conte. His Napoli side been picking up clean sheets, as you'd expect in Serie A. Attack v defence this evening. Napoli, I think, missing. Is it Napoli or Inter Milan? Shorn of Romelu Lukaku. I think it's Inter Milan, isn't it? Newcastle against Barcelona. What an absolute humdinger. I'm staying up this evening. Yes, I know. 2 a.m. kickoff for me. But, man, that's going to be an absolute cracker. I bet you there's some Geordies out there who have conveniently picked up seasonal flu or something today and won't be able to make it into work because they'll be sat in the pub from 11 and a quick stroll down the big market and off to St James's. Wow, what a match this evening. Barcelona, a lot of youngsters blooded. I don't know their pedigree in the Champions League, but Lewandowski up front as well. And they've been scoring absolute shed loads in La Liga. Anthony Gordon is playing this evening for Newcastle. He is suspended from the Premier League. They'll need everyone they can. This is one of those matches where an Alexander Isak could be the difference had Newcastle kept him. Sporting Lisbon against Keret Almaty. Like Paphos yesterday, Kairat Almaty have been surprising. Don't forget, Celtic were 1.14 odds against Kairat Almaty, and they failed to win over 2 legs. So, on that basis, Sporting Lisbon immediately label at those odds better laid at if they lead 1-0, because they'd be very, very short odds. And you saw what Karabakh did to Benfica, the Azerbaijanis. So this ain't over by a country mile. Likely to put them to bed, of course, but so we said the same thing with Celtic, didn't we? So I'll see members from 5:45 today for Club Brugge against Monaco. Let's hope that I can continue picking out these shorties. This is a 10-1 return, and this a 50-1 return. So I hope I can pick 1 or 2 of that. My knee-jerk reaction today, I don't think we'll see many trades, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not seeing them. I think tomorrow will be better. This has been competitive, but I was a bit frustrated with Paris Saint-Germain FC yesterday. Conceded first, went on and won. Some of these matches won't be covered, but I do tend to like to follow the nippers. Champions League women, I don't know if that will be liquid enough. Again, I'm quite open to the competition if the in-play stats are explicit, but I don't like trading women's football. It's not the same animal as men's football. I would suggest the goalkeepers and the naivety is just a level or 2 lower, but lots and lots of odds on favourites. So that might get my attention if it's liquid enough on Betfair today. I'm quite open to any trade. The primary source of my trades will be the in-play stats, to be honest with you. So that's where I would be focusing with those competitions for the ladies. And if you get a chance to watch as well. But I don't like it. When you're trading, you need readability. I don't see that with ladies football. Saudi Arabia, Saudi Professional League. Well, no, maybe put a couple of these 2 in there, the odds on, but we're scraping the barrel with that lot. There's plenty of other football. And the Turkish Cup, 2 illiquid. So I'll see members of footballtradingprofits.com from 5:45. Let's hope I can continue banging in the 10-1 and 50-1 returns for you. Have a great day.